Hi chummies, welcome to my channel. If you find this tutorial helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, like and leave a comment. It helps me create more content like this, and you will never miss out on useful tips when I upload new videos. Let's dive in. Here with me is 2 kg of icing sugar, and according to the conversion table, 1000 gram makes 1 kg. So it means that 1000 gram of icing sugar would give us 1 kg. Now if we are to sum it up, it means that what you see here is 2000 gram of icing sugar. However, the recipe calls for 1.5 kg of icing sugar, which means 1500 gram of icing sugar. What do we need to do? We already have 1000 gram of icing sugar. So in order for us to get 1500 gram of icing sugar, we would need to half 1000 gram of icing sugar, and that is what I'll be demonstrating as soon as we leave this particular moment. Here I am showing you the kind of icing sugar I make use of. I made use of Baker's Choice icing sugar. Trust me guys, Baker's Choice icing sugar is my go-to icing sugar when it comes to making fondants, so I solely recommend it for your own use. So I'm just trying to cut open the icing sugar. Guys, this new packaging of Baker's Choice is it's nice. At least even when you have leftovers, there's a way you can easily seal the bag. You see it, don't worry. So what I'm just trying to do is I'm just trying to measure the 1000 gram, that is the 1 kg of icing sugar. I want to half it so I can be able to get 500 gram of icing sugar. So I'm just showing you the measuring scale. If you don't know how to make use of a measuring scale, I already have a video on my channel, so you can just go through it. You can just go through my catalogs or go through some of the videos I already uploaded. You will see I gave a detailed explanation on how to make use of a measuring scale or a digital scale. So what am I trying to do? I am still trying to measure the icing sugar so I can be able to achieve a 500 gram icing sugar. Perfect! I got 500 gram of icing sugar. Now see what I was talking about. I didn't exhaust the whole icing sugar. I still have 500 gram remaining inside the bag. Thankfully enough, the brand already prepared a way for us to seal our icing sugar bag such that even though we can't finish it at that moment, we can still be able to properly seal it. Yeah, we have 1 kg icing sugar, 500 gram icing sugar, making a total of 1.5 kg. Let's go started. Okay, guys, I feel that it shouldn't be all about you watching this video and saying you want to make this fondant yourself, you want to try it out. I still feel that there are some tips you need to note when making fondant, important tips, and one of those tips is you must always sift your icing sugar. I also icing sugar, so I'll be adding CMC into the sifted icing sugar. I make use of Favourite Bright Choice, also one of those good brands you can actually reach out, you can get for your own fondant making. So I'm adding just 1 tablespoon of CMC. Now get your spatula and mix the CMC and icing sugar together. Don't worry, having a spatula is not compulsory when it comes to fondant making. You can actually make use of your hands to mix or your hand whisk. I did this because I do not want my hands to be messy at this point. Now get any plate of your choice. Please put in mind that this plate must be able to withstand heat. Into the plate, you pour in your water, half cup of water. Now we have our gelatin. We needed 1.5 tablespoons of gelatin. I still make use of the Favourite Bright Choice. Pardon me for that. And then I forgot to add, at every point you are measuring your recipe, make sure that you measure in a leveled manner. That is, your recipes must gelatin is ready. Our gelatin is blooming, and if you see, it looks swollen already. Looks like that doubled in size, so we are good to go. Under a low heat and using the double boiling method, place your gelatin mix inside a pot or a kettle containing water. I am making use of a kettle at this point in time. The reason is because I discovered that this plate I'm using fits directly into the kettle. Please ensure that the level of water inside the pot should not touch the plates containing your gelatin mix. Remember that the essence of dissolved, right? So this is perfect. The moment you discover that the glucose is fully dissolved, you bring the mixture from the heat source and then you place on your table. See? Is it not fine? Of course it is. So right away, this is not compulsory though, but I like adding my flavor into my fondant. It gives it this nice taste too. It's not compulsory, it's optional. So what I'm doing, I'm just adding my vanilla flavor inside the mixture. I'm making use of just half teaspoon of vanilla flavor, and I make use of the Nagel brand. Oh, Igbo girl. I make use of the Nagel brand. So just give it a little bit of stir, and then you are good to go. Now this is our ICING sugar mix. Remember, we've already added CMC into this. So what are you going to do now? Try to create a well at the middle of this mixture. I still made use of my spatula because I still do not want my hand to be messy, but of course you can make use of your hand in this procedure. So once you've created a well at the middle of your ICING sugar, you would then pour in your gelatin mix. But before I did that, please, did you see what I did on that video? I showed you my hands. What am I trying to do? It is at this point in time that you would make use of your own hand, like be ready for the work. So what I did, I went to wash my hand. I had to wash my hand again because I will be using my hand on it. Please, I would not advise you to make use of a glove because glove might not make it easy for you. And so what I did, I just washed my hands, cleaned my hands with a napkin, and then you see what I'm going to do now. I was getting ready to work on it. So basically what I did was to pour in the mixture in the well created, and then I used my spatula to combine everything together. Like I said, you can make use of your hand at this point in time, your choice, but I still like using my spatula now. I like to reserve the best for the last. So that's just it. Ready to transfer my fondants on my work table because I would need to knead very well. So what I'm just trying to do, I'm just trying to remove the sticked fondants on my hands. So I'm just trying to remove them. And once you are done removing the fondants from your hands, you transfer One that you're working on is a lot, your hands cannot accommodate everything, then you can actually share them in batches, and you knead in batches. So once you are done kneading in batches, you combine together and you knead. But this particular one, I can actually still work on it with just a batch. Please watch this process again. My palm and that heel on my palm, I use it to stretch the fondant. Stretch the fondant, stretch the fondant. So we'll continue this process. So at this point, my fondant is already giving me what I want, is yielding good results. It is stretchy enough, it is smooth, you can see it, and it is pliable. It's pliable enough, I can easily pull through. So whenever you get to the stage at which your fondant is stretchy and it is smooth, it is easily pliable, then you are good to go. In fact, you will know that it is okay. Now this process I am just about to show you is not compulsory, but I like adding shortening at the end of my fondant. The reason why I rub shortening around the fondant is to prevent it from having that cracks after I have already wrapped it in a cling film, and after I have left it for a while. It keeps it shiny. It would make it not so difficult for me to work on when I'm ready to use it, because most times I make my fondant ahead of time. Sometimes I use it 2 days after preparation. I used to cover my cakes 2 days after preparation. So after you've rubbed your shortening around your fondant and you've rubbed everything together, you look for a cling film. You wrap with a cling film. If you do not have a cling film, then you make use of any plastic material or a plastic wrapper that you have. So I am going to be using my cling film to cover this fondant, after which I store in an airtight container. Please note, it is important that you do not store your fondant in a refrigerator. Reason is because storing in a refrigerator would actually increase the moisture content in your fondant, and I don't think you would like your fondant to look messy or to actually start looking runny. I hope you understand. See you in the next one.